will to live.
Yes. Hello, everybody. We're live. Starting with that line.
First, this week we are fundraising to buy 5 IKEA sharks.
Yeah, we just discovered
Do
this
not ask
like
why.
5 minutes ago, and it's now our thing.
We would like 5.
Yes. If at least I won't be surprised if you guys decide to try and get a pet sea demon.
I specifically want the pet sea demon that looks like the left shark because he'll be woefully incompetent, but we'll love him anyway.
Okay, I need to look at what this is.
Yeah, I cannot.
You don't know left shark?
This makes me.
Left shark?
Was it Katy Perry at the Super Bowl?
It was Katy Perry at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, she had like 2 backup dancers, and the left shark could not keep time, and it was just dancing on its own.
Okay, that's great.
Great.
That's fantastic. Yes.
All right. But yeah, we had lots of gaming news. We had lots of things going on. We have an awesome bundle, which you should go buy. The itch.io bundle for, I believe it's Racial Justice and Equality is what it's called.
It splits between, but it splits between NAACP and Community Bail Fund.
Yeah,
I'll
both of which
find
are
it.
important. Go buy it.
We're,
even if you don't want any more
it's
roleplay
like-
games, go buy it. It is
It's also
literally
video games too.
That's true. There's also video
there's-
games. Some
and
really
Yeah,
good
there's
ones.
also a bunch of
virtual
video games.
short
comics
hike.
and tons of stuff in there.
I just heard today
a
apparently
hex
Harvest
map
Valley is now in
maker.
it.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a hex map maker that's really cool, and
Yep.
there's also a couple, in addition to the actual program, there's a bunch of hand-drawn, like, hex mapping kits in that bundle, too.
Yeah.
So you can make a lot of cool hex maps and stuff.
Lots of cool stuff. I also saw a Kickstarter for a new like role-playing game online platform called Roll, ROLE. It looked interesting. I checked it out.
And if they want to hire a professional, like, troupe, if you will, to showcase.
troop. That's I see what you mean.
I wasn't sure what
meaning
the,
us.
Yes,
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the word would be, so
yes.
I guessed.
But no, that was really interesting. It was like I looked at it all. I don't think it would work with the features they showed. I don't think it seemed like it would work for Blaze. They said they have lots of modularity and customization, but I haven't seen that yet. It looks great for things like Powered by the Apocalypse or lots of things that are a lot more face-to-face in theater of the mind. Blades is tricky because it's 90% that, but also you have a separate crew playbook. And right now, from what I saw, the only way to navigate between people's character sheets is to click on their camera and their character sheet will pop up. That is cool. But also, a crew sheet is not that.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't any map thing, which is fine. The big thing I want
They're
to
not
know is
gonna have-
what are the GM tools for it, because that will make or break it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kickstarted it, so we're gonna have the first wave, so I can, so I'm gonna have an account when the site first launches. It's like $5 to get the Kickstarter thing for it, and it's fully funded now, so it's not even like a risk.
Yep. No,
But-
it's cool.
I did it anyway, so if you want to see it, I'll have an account we can all play with to like try it out.
Yeah, and for
I'm
the right games, and there are many games are the right games, it's perfect.
interested in their marketplace. It seems to be that the drive is to keep it as open as possible.
That's what I'm really interested. Personally, I am super interested in their marketplace, and if their marketplace allows me to both publish PDFs and how easy it is to make custom character sheets for their site, because if I can make games,
sort of a drag and drop
free-
interface, it'll be so
yeah, if
great.
I could, because if they have a pretty easy character sheet creator system, honestly, I will just release games with 0 character creation rules and just have it all integrated into a sheet, and there's just like a PDF
Just have it
that
ask
goes
you
with
some
the sheet.
questions or something like that.
Yeah, something like that,
Um,
and have some rules like buried in the back end. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do if you could release sheets, but you can't do that on Roll20, so we're gonna see.
No, you have to like develop your own, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Keeping an eye on that, and
Yep.
who knows? Maybe when it's out, we might test it out in the future.
Yeah, they should send us $5,000 to start negotiations, and then
That is
from there.
Wait, is that including shark money or
I'm
excluding
assuming
shark money?
we buy our
only
own
for
I mean,
shark.
the sharks will be a rider to an employment contract. All right.
The shark is what we will base our entire success on.
Yeah, they'll tell us a salary, and we'll say +1 shark.
Yep.
Or they pay us specifically in sharks.
No.
No.
My landlord
No.
does not accept sharks.
Yeah, we're not sure of the resale value of shark. Like used shark might just drop steeply in value. You never know.
That is true. You're right. I did not think of the shark economy.
Shark depreciation is a problem that needs to be addressed on a federal level.
Yeah. Take a big bite out of the shark economy.
So what happened last time on Blades?
We did a thing and got beat up real bad.
We got
beat
beat
people up, some of them to death.
We-
Someone got lassoed, I believe.
And then some dead people tried to beat us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
tried
got-
to take turf. We got ourselves a gang. We finally chased a gang of pugilists from Marlene off when the ghost showed up.
Mm-hmm. I got shot twice by my friends.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
you were. Yeah.
I got myself possessed.
Yep. Just like you do, a ghost in your body, hanging out.
Normal Blades things.
My worst problem was getting tied up by a mercenary. I mean, I guess
And
it's
you
all
offered to
relative.
have it happen again.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Yes. Okay. So I think let's jump into things. Let's make sure rep is correct. So I believe you guys have 8 rep right now. Is that correct?
Yep. On the bio and info of the Fusewrights Union sheet now is a rep tracker, broken down like you put in the chat, so we can put our jobs in there and not have this problem again.
Good. And yes, I have a whole thing with these are your first 3 jobs, second 3 jobs, everything is with stuff that happened, so we'll keep that tracked till as well. But for now, you guys went back to your manor. Adric, your sister, showed up and tried to sort of talk to the crew as a whole and be like, hey, here, you guys kind of almost came to blows with Ulf, almost tried to kill him, actually. Let me clear that up a bit. I don't think it was fully cleared up, but here's why he acted the way he acted.
Because, he may have been framed, possibly.
Yeah,
What?
who among us would have done such a thing?
Yes.
If the spirit wardens weren't so anal retentive as to follow up on every piece of trash they found at a crime scene, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Listen, let me tell you, the amount of times they've had to go to the dump because they found
Agreed. So I think you guys got a gang, and I think I want to have a scene with them introducing themselves to start with, because that's even before downtime. You guys get it. So I think it's probably the next morning after this. I guess I would ask: do they show up at your manor to offer themselves to work for you, or are I imagine now that you have more turf, you kind of alternate back and forth between the turf and the manor.
It's the house from last time.
Okay, so they show up there.
It's the house from last time.
So who is
Setting
there
up the barricades again.
when you're tier 1, so I think it's about 4 to 5 guys. Let me double check if that's the right number.
It's
But it's
something
not
like
that
that, yeah.
Yeah, a small number, a small group of people show up.
We've doubled the union.
How do
And
I
these-
and they will knock respectfully on the door.
Yeah.
If you
Can I
look
ping
down,
the thing? Can I ping their little card from the character sheet or no?
What do you mean?
their card.
I can't make it pop up in chat. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Oh, I
think
see
so.
what you're saying.
No. Yeah, they're your.
Yeah, I can roll for them, but I can't make a
Oh,
little.
you named
cool
them the
card.
morning shift.
Yeah, they're the morning shift.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then later we're gonna have mid shift and the evening shift and then the graveyard shift. It depends on their function.
Can we? I would like to make the request to rename them Morning, like MOURN.
Whatever. I just put
Yeah.
a silly name on them.
Yes.
We name them the different shifts, but they're play out.
They're jokes. They're bad
Yep.
jokes on them.
Yeah. Yes.
I approve.
Oh, that's awful. And you can see like if it's stitched.
This is in the morning, I assume, you said? All right. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, Grind's an early riser. I don't know about anybody else.
I mean, I would be, but I'm very close to death, so I'm probably bleeding somewhere else.
Quietly bleeding in the hallway.
Yeah.
Grind still hasn't finished bandaging you up after he stopped yesterday. Just forgot
Because
about
there's
it.
that much- No, it's because there's that many bullet holes. You're not done yet.
It's like, hey, I need more bandages. I'm sorry.
Just like,
Stop leaking everywhere.
Very messy.
act like I can control it.
Just try. Don't clench. You're squirting more out. Just leave you in a bathtub full of ice overnight.
I'm gonna end up being like Captain America.
Hmm. What did you say his name was? Henner. Yeah, Hannah. Yes. Come in, please. We are happy to make your acquaintance. I was just making some breakfast. Perhaps you would like to sit and talk a little. Yeah, and I'll like start yelling for the others to come down if anybody's going to.
Yeah, when like I hear when Hicks hears boots like coming in the front door, like he gets up and throws on a shirt, like it's not like he's gonna he's not wasn't really gonna go answer the door, but when people start coming in, he throws a shirt on, like doesn't do a lot to get ready, but a little bit more like gets dressed and goes downstairs.
Patrick will
Yeah.
be sleepily in the dining room. Or are we
Uh,
in the manor? Or
No, we're not in the
random, like-
manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as we said before, tower, just tallest building in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Zayd will rise from his ice coffin. Yeah. 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 Just put on like his mask and his hat and then like throw over like whatever he has. Just it's a red bathrobe. Yeah, it used to be white, but it's covered in blood now.
It's disgusting.
It's now a deep rouge.
Yeah, so Grind will like make some mushroom tea and like set it out and a bottle of whiskey in the middle of the table because,
That's how these meetings work.
that's how that's how Hicks works.
Once again, that's how these meetings work. Yeah. 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 So I don't know. Hicks probably, as we're talking around the table, he's not going to do like a whole like this is your introduction meeting or whatever, but he's going to try to get an idea of like what they did before this, like if any of them were management, and like take note of that so he could start like organize because a lot of the function of the gang happen or the crew happens kind of in the background of this game. But I'm assuming that we still have to like do our job in between these fanciful scores. So Hicks has a goddamn duty list of the boring shit that we have to do for the pubs. Like you gotta go move barrels. Like we gotta get the like that's what they're gonna be doing when we're not actively needing them as muscle. So he starts. Yeah, but there's also things that he wants them to do, like I want you to wander around, like community outreach things and stuff that's part of our mission, even if we're not. So he has like a duty list because part of the goal of this was to recruit men. So he's been like thinking about this. We have some sort of like duty list he starts talking about and figures out like who's like has management experience and stuff, so we can start like organizing like chit chatty work crap. And Hicks rolls with that.
I'll take note of that one because we might have some use in a lab. Also, surreptitiously and in as human terms as possible, I would like to describe Skurlock and Satara to these folks and tell them that if they show up, they are not to talk to them; they are to get one of us.
Yeah.
All
Kill
welcome,
anyone and
yeah.
you're fired.
I would like to make note of any of them that look like they would make good, like boy wonders.
Yeah. Well, they're
Yeah.
thugs and
You can get a lurch.
they're thugs and rovers. So they're big, scrawny. They're big and they're like big athletic dudes. They're not like,
we have roadies. That's what these are.
yeah,
they're roadies.
Yeah, they're roadies.
Okay.
Roadies is the best. Yeah,
Excellent.
this group is definitely roadies. I agree with that
Yeah.
sentiment.
They are the meat.
Oh, not to kill anyone. Yes, you can't. Yeah, it's very straightforward. Like you can't kill anyone. We got a guy for. We got a. The unspoken part is we got a guy for that, but for them, it's you can't kill anyone. Yeah, but also saying that on their first day sets a precedent that nope, we said we're not killing anyone. Don't get in a habit of like solving problems with murder, kind of thing.
Yeah, and don't follow our example at fucking all.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Don't solve problems with murder.
Edric's like, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
That's the first time I heard this
What
rule.
bylaw of the union is this? Where is that in the fucking manual? I never saw anything.
It's this clause about non-lethal force. Yeah, I pass out like a few like kind of bullshit duties. Like, I need you. Yeah, it's like I need you to walk around and like clean this neighborhood up. This is y'all feet. Start figuring out who's looking. I give them product pamphlets. These are the secret product pamphlets printed on the paper that if you throw in water, they dissolve. Like it's the really poorly made paper, but it's the poorly made paper on purpose. That has our weapons sale pamphlet. So they're just... no, they get the full pamphlet, and then we do the shitty thing where they show up saying, we want this, we say, sorry, we're out! Yeah, but they're on
86 the AK-47s.
Yeah, but basically...
For you in a week.
They're on the paper you can throw in the water, and they'll dissolve real fast, so if, cops come, they can get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a... I don't know, we have two people that know chemistry and we do crime. That felt like that seemed straightforward.
I would like to go into my bandana closet and give each one of them a red bandana.
You have a closet
Just as like a
full of
mark.
those? Like,
We
how many of
have a
those do you have?
You just don't have like a box?
Listen, sometimes they get lost or dirty.
No,
And it's
meta question.
no. Look, if you look on it, it's got. Well, I'm talking to them, so I'm talking like the Phoenix. Like it's got my symbol on it. So all you gotta do is like, if we're in a situation, bust that out, and I'll know you're good.
Actually, that was going to be my next question. Was, do they know who you are?
No.
Since they're in the gang. Okay.
No.
They just know it's the Batman. It's just like they show up to work and Batman's there. Imagine you show up your first day at a job. Look, yeah, maybe it's like you just got a job at like the gun store that Batman worked.
You got an internship in the Justice League.
It's like you got an internship at like a weird gang, like you're working for a gang that sells guns, and Batman also works for the gang. We don't know why. Batman works for the gang too.
Once they hit level 3 in the gang, then they know who I am. But until then, it's all Batman voice. They need to earn the trust. Once they get to level 3 duties, then they get to know who I am.
It's like Scientology. You gotta buy your way up until you're in the inner circle and you can know the secrets.
It's not so much.
Here's where the cultist comes in.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I'm not thinking it's multi-level marketing, not so much in that they pay up the pyramid, but they have to recruit people under. No, it's not sell. They have to recruit people under them before they're managers. That's when you become a manager. You find your own staff. You have to recruit more people into the union to be your staff if you want to be a manager.
Yeah.
They need
and that's more
5
dues,
employees.
and that's yeah.
Sell before you sell it. Like you have to purchase your own stock.
Should
I
we
would
just
like-
start off with healing?
I would
Yeah,
like to
they'll
stop
just roll
bleeding,
all the
please.
healing for everybody.
I'm
All
fully
right, so
healed.
how many healing rolls do I need to make? Who needs it?
A lot.
I need
How many-
one healing roll
Okay,
how many
you need
dice
one. We'll
do you
start with
have?
that.
with the extra dice for me.
With Tinker just off of my sheet, I'm rolling 3.
Yep, and there's another dice for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take one to my healing rolls.
What?
I've been muted just on OBS, just for the last few minutes, not the whole thing.
Okay.
What do
You said that at the same time that my antivirus popped up. I was like, what is going on?
No, I was just muted. I sneezed earlier, so it was just the last few minutes. But they were. Let's see. The gang was hesitant about wearing the red bandanas because they were like red sashes, but they are going to keep him and not wear them.
Yeah.
And I think everything else was good. Let's do time.
Yep.
All right,
yeah, I
so
guess I'll
I will
also
do the
be traded.
first. I will do the first tinker roll for Adric because he only needs one. 2 extra die. Crit.
That's a crit.
Whee! That's healed again. Okay.
So
What
how's
is
Adric's
you?
harm?
Pardon?
So how was Adric's harm?
He's just got one level 1 now of Spirit Drain, but because he's got tough as nails, nada. He's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
If you
So,
could do that
slow business.
again,
I mean, I can give it a shot, but I have one less die with this.
yeah, this is just 3.
1 extra die.
So sorry.
Try again. It's the
Yep.
opposite of what you wanted.
I go back to you again.
One more time with
It
this.
didn't work.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
if I hit up, I
dipping
still
into
have
my
to put in the
cash.
values.
Oh,
See,
'cause it
that
might
was
be,
the Tinker Roll, the
macro.
healing of that got interrupted by cast.
Because the
Yeah.
macro includes the choices, is why
There's a
you
6.
hit up.
6 is 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it fills up once, which means I'm no longer stabbed from before, but I still have Ghost Burn, shot in the shoulder, and shot again.
But you
Don't
have like
Wait,
Can
they
you
all go
imagine-
down though, don't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
all go
everything
down,
goes-
but now,
How are you
yeah,
not dead?
Can you show us your health? What is your health?
because I'm tough as nails. I took 2 level 2 harms and a level 3 harm in the last session.
Oh, and that brings it down to
No.
2 level 1s and a level 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I would like to be
So
healed
you-
again, sir, as I toss a coin to my healer.
Do I get to keep that coin? Just asking.
No,
I mean-
spend it on supplies and stuff.
No,
Yeah.
it's spent on medicine and
I mean,
garbage.
it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
And goddamn it, same team.
That would be an infinite recursive loop of coin. If
5.
he could pay you to heal, you could then
5
use
is-
that, pay us
2
to do
seconds.
something else.
Thank you. I dip into my stash to pull out
Oh
a coin.
wow!
Oh my.
Okay. You dip into your stash, that's 2 coins out of your stash.
Two out of the
Two
stash.
out of my stash for
Agree,
one.
one
I just
coin.
did it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be dipping into my stash a lot right now.
There's another 5.
Okay, so that takes me down from shot in the shoulder is gone, ghost burn is gone, and then shot again is now just 1, which is
And
0.
it's just shot in this case.
That
Just shot.
was a
Just-
brutal healing week for you.
Yep.
That's all my healing.
So,
I'm gonna be
Brian-
dipping into my
Brian
stash
comes
again
out of-
later.
Like the surgery.
Brian
room,
comes out of the
basically.
workshop just covered in blood and viscera.
Yeah.
Says, the
Multiple-
Phoenix is a bit more red now than he was before, but he should live.
I feel like the problem was, like, it's a big dub. Like, one of the bullets got, like, lodged in, like, a bone. So you had to, like, do a big whole procedure just to take out, like, a little bullet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or maybe one of them like
Okay.
shattered once they hit you, and it was even worse.
Oh, and there's, like, a bunch of little pieces. It's just...
Yeah.
messy
Okay.
and
All
horrible.
right. And I need healing as well, but cannot do it to myself without stress. So
You're gonna go.
I go get Stasia to help me with that.
All right. So you use
Which
typically
is
2 dice. I
yeah,
believe.
same roll as me. Because I can give her 1.
Yep.
Wait a minute, can I? Or is it in the crew? Everyone in your crew is she's technically not in the crew.
Okay.
You are in the crew.
Oh yeah, they're to their healing treatment rolls.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the crew. So,
So 3
okay,
dice.
just make.
You want to make that roll?
I just did it's the same as the one above it. That's why
Oh,
it's
it's-
weird.
Okay, so literally 5, 4, 2 twice. Okay, so you get 2 on your healing clock.
Yep. Crap, that doesn't do enough.
Dip into that stash.
I have 1 coin. I'll use that.
All right.
You're constantly broke.
Boom.
5-4, 5-2-4.
524 this time instead of 542.
All right. I am not at less effect. I still have technically 2 downtime actions. Okay.
2 or 1? Oh, you have 3 downtime actions because
Right.
power.
Yeah, I have a floating 1 that I can give to anybody that needs it.
Which is most likely going to be you because it's your perk.
Yeah, we'll see because this next
Yeah.
job is going to be a little weird.
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
question. Before we spend a bunch of downtime actions, are we thinking the next job is the prison break job? Because if
It
it is, I will spend one of my actions to acquire asset. Dumb bomb.
Yeah,
do
it
it.
will be. The next job is supposed to be the prison job because we told
Okay.
Ulf we needed one job.
Then yeah,
Like-
I will spend one of my downtime
Before
actions to
you do
acquire the
that-
asset.
I need to check if he's ready entirely. I think he will be.
Oh, Okay.
Well, that's
if he's
figure
not
that
ready,
out.
then
We
it's
need
not
to
on
know.
us.
Yeah, I will spend the. I don't have any injuries, so I'll spend the downtime action to do it to get the thing. But I just need to. No,
Oh, and you wanted to find a new purveyor.
I need to find a new purveyor because I have 7 stress.
Same.
Currently, no vice
Now-
purveyor.
Okay.
Is the vice just the vice? Do you always have to go to the same purveyor, or can you just like find another way to satisfy your vice?
I can totally change vices too. Like it's
You can change vices pretty easily. It's mostly for narrative, like this is your typical one. But no,
Yeah.
it's not restrictive. It's more like you have
Okay.
at least one.
yeah.
Okay.
And by losing the vice purveyor, to me that triggers more Hicks needing to find a new place and or a new vice, as opposed to really like being actually cut off. It's for like, oh, now it's time for a change of scenery kind of thing. Is how I'm
Exactly.
Yeah.
thinking
You
it.
got kicked out of one bar to go to another one, kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure something else out.
Okay,
Just like,
Wolf.
oh, change it up.
is ready to go.
Okay.
Ulf is ready.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are on deck for that job.
You know, with
Okay.
any bombs, but
Well, that's why we
Well,
got.
We have bandoliers always, so we have potentially 6 grenades if we need them.
Well, yeah. The plan is
I'm
just
not
for us
enough.
to like cause an explosion, right? But are we still doing the like, hey, we're causing ghosts?
Are we backstabbing him? Are we still backstabbing Elf?
this is my vote. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, I'm
I
meant to
will
be deep to
decide.
back out now.
Are we feeling backstab Elf? Just because it matters what kind of bomb. If we're doing actual job, the bomb needs to be able to breach and clear that wall.
We were just supposed to be distraction for Ulf anyways, so I think our backstab was
It's
distraction, but then set a second bomb that would get him caught by the spirits when the spirit wardens show up.
Well, it's
not even-
because
To just wreck the area to be
Yeah,
full of
'cause-
fucking ghosts. Yeah.
yeah. Deckert's thing is like he can make it to be attractive to ghosts. So the plan was set off the bomb, and then ghosts came.
That's
like so,
nothing
it's
to
not
do with
like
us.
pinned on us. Yeah.
And I think
I think
weren't
we were
also
still
gonna
though
call.
going to call
we
the
gonna
spirit
call-
wardens in.
Oh, is it the spirit wardens or the weird
The
lake
gondoliers.
monsters?
The devils. Yeah, the demons. Because if they're using boats to get away, the demons are our ace in the hole. But
Mhm.
we'd have to convince them that this furthers the spirit warden destruction deal. Otherwise,
Yeah,
they're not
well-
gonna help.
Ulf literally threatened to say, "Hey, we're going to get the spirit wardens on you." Like we could just tell them that.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
Okay.
I love the silver lining.
Well, yeah. How about I do that? How about we do
Start with that.
Hicks getting a bomb first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you just need a normal bomb, and then Deckert makes it the ghost bomb, right?
I make
Right.
an area.
He doesn't. The ghost.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need a bomb. I just
We
need
just need a
an
normal-
area to wreck.
Yeah.
We need a
Oh, okay.
normal bomb for Ulf's part of the job for the distraction because we
Yeah.
don't need that right now.
So
Yeah.
the kind of bomb I'm looking for is one that has a lot of fireworky potential.
Right and
Whether or
loud.
not that means I actually buy a box of fireworks and tape it to the bomb or not is
Okay.
Optional, but I do kind of want it to damage the prison wall, like do actual damage to the prison.
So I guess my question is, where do you go? Do you go back to some of your customers and say, "Hey, you know those bombs we sold you? We have some
No.
back." Okay.
There's an
You go-
NPC that I vaguely remember. Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
No.
One of your
I go
contacts?
to a madman.
Oh,
Mortis in the night market.
No, I go to a madman.
He's got like occult and stolen goods and weird shit. Like we could potentially find something.
I have a volatile friend.
Oh, there you go. You also have a seditionist.
Yeah.
I'm going to the madman.
Yeah,
But
but-
I'm going to
okay.
go to the madman.
Is he
Cashier.
typically is he typically a merchant? Like is this madman a seller?
He
of-
finds things.
Oh, okay.
He's just like, you need something, and he comes back with something. It's not always the same thing you asked for.
Oh, okay. So he finds things for you. You put in your order. You ask him to find something for you, and he'll find it or the closest thing. Usually,
Or what
the
he
closest.
thinks is better. What he thinks is a better version.
Okay.
Like, it's like,
And-
I need something. It's like, this is what you asked for, but it's not
It's
really
better.
But he'll
Look,
try to
it does
tell you
this, but it doesn't do this. But it does this.
pretty
Yeah.
prone to that kind of stuff, but he knows where to get this bomb that is both big and exciting and can be seen across town and will actually damage the wall. Like, he knows how to get these.
Okay.
Like a bomb that will both like a shaped charge that also is display oriented.
Okay. Perfect. Well, acquiring asset for a bomb, I think, gives you 2 heat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Devil's
I don't have
Bargain.
that power yet.
What? No, it's one of the rules is just acquiring asset for a bomb gives you.
I
2.
know. I have a power that says I never get heat for it. I just haven't taken it yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I have a Devil's Bargain. If he might steal it, +1 heat. If he steals it from somewhere,
That
might miss it.
maxes our heat right now. Unless we downtime heat reduct first.
Is it? I thought we were. Oh shoot!
No, our
we've got
heat's high.
3 left.
It's time to send a Patsy to jail.
That's not gonna work the same that it did the first time.
Devil's Bargain. I take some time to do it, and
That's what downtime is. I don't know if that's a thing directly.
Oh no, I think. Are
I
you
have a
meaning
clock.
time is in your
I have
semester?
a semester clock.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean by I take time to do it, meaning that this is
Your free semester goes up.
my free semester time.
I'm okay with this.
Cool.
Ticks up by 1.
Okay, so we're up 2 heat
It's 2
automatically,
heat
or does
because of the bomb? Yes.
Because I'm buying a bomb.
Okay, yeah. There's no roll involved, right? You just have to. No, you do have
You
to roll to
to see
acquire
the
asset.
quality of it, but
Yeah.
not if you get it.
All right, what am I rolling? Or it's fortune?
Your tier, but I think even on this you get +1 because you're using a volatile contact, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's
So-
like I have a friend, so
So +1 die, and then 1 die by default because that's your tier. So you have 2 dice that you're rolling.
all right.
And go.
Ooh.
2 2s. So on a 1 to 3, that's
-1.
inferior. Your tier -1. You have a tier 0 bomb.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a tier
I-
1 bomb. I spend a coin to raise the result.
Okay, so he doesn't just bring you a bunch of firecrackers.
I send him like I send him with some money to get this bomb.
Yeah. Okay. With a tier 1, it's equal to your tier. I think it brings you one of your own bombs back.
Fine, whatever. It's like
I don't
made
think
this
over
bomb.
he doesn't
It's
know
like he
it's
brings it back,
yours.
he's
He's like, look,
I
look
made
at
it.
this thing. Look. Yeah, he doesn't even. He's like, no, you couldn't have made it if you tell him.
We'll pick it up and like it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like,
Fusewrights Union
quality
logo, a
control
little
by-
HK in there.
Or it's like quality control by, and it's like
Quality control. How do you quality control a bomb?
Rigorous testing.
You shake it,
Tink.
and then if it doesn't blow up,
Exactly. But yeah, no,
put it
I think that's what he
I
does.
put it in the neighbor's yard, and I get a gun, and I sit on our back wall, and I shoot it. And if it blows up, it's bad.
Yep.
But isn't blow up good?
No.
It blows up without being
accident is
lit.
bad. Yeah, blowing
Okay.
up on accident is bad.
Oh, okay. So your safety quality assurance.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he brings you one of your own bombs that you probably got from someone you sold it to somehow, and he's like, he doesn't even realize it's yours at first. He's like, look at this, it explodes, and yeah, it will probably won't be able to damage the walls. It will totally work for a distraction. But like a standard one of the bombs you sell won't be enough to damage the walls like they have, not significantly. It'll probably leave some scorch marks, but
Now, I might do a downtime. But could I tinker with it to increase its tier?
I don't see why not.
Okay, that's as an
What's your
option. I don't
specialty?
know if I will, but yeah.
Well, because what tier is the prison? Ironhook's tier 4.
Yeah.
So
And
I
I'm not
think
sure
we
that
might get
tier
this is where
2
tier
is
comes
gonna do
in.
better.
Yeah,
This
a
is tier
tier.
1 bomb.
Yep.
I think we're gonna fail that part no matter what. It's just a matter of, does Ulf think we set him up or failed him?
Yes.
Well, this is actually doing Ulf's job right now. Because right now he wants us to be distraction.
Yeah, because like that's all the bomb's supposed to be is a distraction, right?
It's not doing a good distraction, but as a crew, if we're setting him up, we don't want it to be. We actually do want them going to where he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want it to be a believable not distraction.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Does my infiltrator ability matter here when I set a bomb against the prison wall?
What is the infiltrator ability again? Oh, you put it in the chat.
I mean,
You're not actually trying to bypass. So no.
But what if I try to bypass?
he specifically wanted to damage the wall.
That's not bypassing security measures. That's eliminating
That's-
a barrier.
That's
All right. I
it
was
doesn't.
asking a
The name
question.
infiltrator and explosively destroying a wall don't really go hand in
Listen,
hand. too well.
what is a wall but a security measure?
What is a wall but a shitty
If
door?
you were trying to climb the wall, yes. If
yeah,
you
or
were trying
dig under
to,
it.
yes. But blow it up specifically, or hit it with a battering ram, or invent and
Fine.
drive a tank into it. No.
Fine. When we get my
Okay.
spirit
I mean,
tank built.
The thing is, if the answer is yes, that means that when this happens, you are inside. You have infiltrated. Do you want to be in that prison?
A little bit.
That's a very
A
good
little bit.
question.
I have a great set of prison powers where I can make stuff happen.
Okay. Yeah, so I thought about tinkering with it. You're out of supplies right now, which makes that harder than normal.
Okay.
I think normally I'd probably just have it be like a roll and it would be normally it would be like 4 to 5 plus 1 tier, 6 plus 2 tier, things like that. I think for this, I think it'd have to be a 6 to get plus 1 tier. Like it's effectively reduced effect. This feels
Okay.
there isn't really a
We don't have enough
That-
stuff to fix it.
Yeah, that doesn't feel worth a downtime action. So maybe
Yeah.
free play, but I don't want to risk the bomb in the
Yeah.
or wherever I'm working on it or
Yeah.
myself.
I think-
Question. Are we cool with using the crew coin for that bomb or no?
I was actually going to suggest that.
That's
so
fine.
I'm fine with it.
If it wasn't, I had a coin, but I just wanted to double check.
okay.
Yeah, I will unmark the coin.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think the bomb is fine how it is. Like Ulf didn't really want us blowing up the wall anyway, right? Like it's just supposed to be a distraction, and it would kind of be a bad prison if they didn't go investigate an explosion.
And we can
he
also
figured
dress it
out
up.
that he just wanted us as a distraction. He did not tell us that, so according to him, he figures that we're going to be trying to blow a hole through this wall. Poorly.
Yeah, he thinks
Well-
we're trying to blow a hole in the wall.
But we can dress it up. We've got other things at our disposal that allow us to potentially get through the wall, and the explosion will help.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go
But actually,
next?
We
with
can
their
talk
downtime?
about this later, but I don't know if we actually want to go into the prison. Even though it would be a fun prison episode afterwards, I'm not sure we actually do want to get in.
First, I need to get a bunch of tattoos that sort of give us the layout of the prison and all the pipe work and everything. And then we're going to have to go to 7
No.
different prisons over the next 2 years
No.
squeeze
You
every story we
flashback.
can out of it.
No. The prison
I
tattoos can
watched
be
the
handled
first
in a
2 episodes of
flashback.
that show. I did not watch anymore.
The only actor worth a damn on that show was the guy that played Teabag, and that was because he was just the worst human being ever. And it was that character was great. Everything else
I have
was kinda
only
bad.
seen the commercials for that show.
Watch the whole thing
Which
because
show?
I
I'm
hit the end of
assuming Prison
Netflix.
Break?
Prison
Yeah,
Break.
Prison Break.
There
Okay.
we go. Thank you.
I have currently started watching Arrested Development again.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Downtime.
I've got a thing to do. Not so much downtime. It'll be pre-play, but I have to do it before my downtime actions. So,
Okay.
Ack's gonna wait around the house until he can find Hicks, and then basically say, "Hey, you're good at convincing people. Come with me to talk to the gondoliers."
Indigo, did we just lose you?
Good
we
timing.
may have.
Okay, well, if we have, Discord and our cameras are about to go crazy. I think let's go to a short break while we
Okay.
figure out our unexpected technical difficulties. Because there's always expected technical difficulties. Why don't those ever show up?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
listen, it wouldn't be Sunday without technical difficulties.
Oh, he's back.
I
Okay.
don't know what
I'll
happened.
come back then. There we go.
It just started
I was
roboting.
literally clicking to go over to the break screen on your back. Okay.
Cancel
Yeah, I
the
don't-
break.
I don't know what happened.
You like froze like in the middle of like in the Matrix where what's his face like
Neo?
no, not Neo.
Morpheus.
No, the
One of the other characters
guy.
whose names don't matter.
Elrond?
Elrond. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Agent
Elrond.
Elrond.
Yeah, when Elrond
Most of the
like
elves.
turned into a person, it, like your face was like halfway like blurred.
Great.
All right. Do you want to re-describe that, Marissa?
So yeah, Adric's just kind of around the house and watching for Hicks, and when he notices you come out of a room or something, he just kind of like steps forward and is like, "Hey, you're good at convincing people. Come with me to talk with the gondoliers."
And I don't know, Hicks is in and out of functionality of stress, endless stress. Like he's taken on too much of the management of this new gang and has been doing a lot of micromanaging, so he's a bit strung out at the moment. But he's like, sure, I guess, and like sets a folder down at a hallway table that doesn't. It's like there's no filing system involved. It's just here's where the folder goes as we walk out the door.
Adric takes a look at Hicks just up and down and says, "We can go out for a drink after."
I think the camera lingers on that hallway, and you just see Grind picking up the folder, putting it in the filing cabinet that Hicks doesn't know exists.
Hicks definitely knows that filing cabinet exists. He's just so strung out with like all that's going on in this new gang and like trying to buy a bomb. He's like, I got too much going on. This goes here now. We're leaving.
All right. Where do you head?
Show up at the gondolier's front door.
Okay. Let me check the gondolier's turf exactly.
which is probably actually a dock with a bunch of boats that aren't going anywhere at the moment.
In which case, we're probably bringing our boats right
Didn't
now.
you promise them? Oh, you promised them protection. You didn't actually give it to them yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we'll show up in our boat.
If they join the union, they will get automatic protection.
yeah, I think they do have like an area of the docks, basically. Like it's a section of it is their large.
Oh, it's a privately owned dock because they do actually do gondola rides for people.
Yes, that's true. So that's I think
It's
where
just
you
their
show up
fucking-
is their like
Boathouse.
it's their boathouse where you book gondolier rides, or if you have issues, it's like their place of business for the.
Yeah, it's their boat. It's like the taxi. It's their boathouse. It's also where they keep and repair like their gondolas.
Yep. So you see that. I think as you arrive, you see some. I think someone carries like a broken. You see someone carrying up from the water. It's a gondola that looks like it's been attacked by a swarm of sharks. Like there's just large missing, like huge bite marks. Chunks
Are
of the
we
gondola
taking
are
our
missing.
boat? Are we taking our boat to rub it in or not?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you.
Do you
yeah.
mean I'm supposed to think about how other people feel?
So, yeah, there's lots of there's a weirdly destroyed gondola that they're carrying up for repairs or scrap based on how it looks. You
Yeah,
guys
to
pull up.
use to repair other boats.
Exactly. You guys pull up, and I think you're met. Like, I don't think you're met by anyone specifically. They're kind of all just doing their work and ignoring to strangers unless you start asking around for someone in charge or things like that.
No, wandering over to the next person, say, who do I need to talk to about? Who do I need to talk to here?
I think the lady, like, she looks like she was writing something down. She looks up to you slowly, raises her eyebrow, says, "About what, dear?"
About a house.
Right. We offer boat rides. I think you'll want to see someone else about that.
About a house down at the docks that I know you guys are trying to buy, and I want to talk to whoever's in charge of that. Also, something about the canals. I'm pretty sure that we promised you something on that, and I'm also other stuff too.
While Adric is just talking nonsense to the receptionist, I hand her a business card for the Fusewrights Union.
Looks at it. Give me a minute. And she, like, there's like a latch or something. She, like, shuts in. She flips the thing over closed while you wait there. She leaves, and you hear her calling for someone known as Griggs. And eventually she finds them, and, like, she went upstairs to, like, other offices, comes back down. The man that follows her is covered head to toe, even face, with tattoos. They don't look like Leviathan Hunter tattoos. They look like sort of aesthetically probably closest to like tribal tattoos, but they're all like they're filled with spirals and strange shapes, and they're just like this.
Cult tribal tattoos.
Basically, yeah, cult tribal tattoos on every inch of skin that you can see of his. And he comes back downstairs. I think he says, "You want to speak to me about the house?"
Preferably not standing out here. Just pointing at the docks and the fact that we're in the open air.
We can speak safely here. Fine. Follow. And he just, like, calmly and kind of slowly leads you back upstairs where he came from with just you two.
While we walk behind him, can I study this person?
Absolutely. I think this will be controlled. I don't like it unless you're trying to learn.
Yeah, I just want to see what I know. I'm not like gonna be doing a real thing.
Yeah.
Just to see, get some sort of lay of the land about him.
Okay, that sounds like controlled and limited because he's not like you're not looking at him even face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recognize something about the tattoos.
Something like that. Yes.
Devil's bargain. He punches Adric.
Not quite.
I am certainly deserving it.
No, I think I have a devil's bargain. It would be a devil's bargain for a new clock. I don't. For now, I'm just gonna call it ghostly circle shenanigans. Whatever was up with the weird circle of chanting ghosts from before, I'll just start a mysterious 8 clock about it and tick it up by 1.
Good.
That's not ominous at all.
I mean, I don't care. Go.
Okay.
5.
Oh, that helps.
I'm guessing length of clock.
What about length of clock?
I'm guessing length of clock equals how bad it is when it finally fills in this case.
We'll see how it is.
It could be.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hold on. Do we have any other?
There's
8
only
clocks?
one way to find out.
Yeah,
Yes,
and that's to finish at
Hicks'
8
semester
o'clock.
end.
You know, there's only the Hicks semester ends 8 o'clock, and I don't want that to be so bad.
I mean, it seems fine, but it could be the worst thing to ever happen. You know,
You never know.
We'll find out.
Hicks gets arrested for truancy,
Also, if you remember correctly, the size of that clock was dictated by how well you did in the roll.
okay.
So it also
okay.
that helped. Okay, so I think you are able to ascertain this person is a powerful whisper, and not just like an ordinary whisper, but like the gondoliers have been operating for centuries as like the community's version of the spirit wardens, where they deal with ghosts and the supernatural. This guy is kind of in charge of that aspect of them.
Mhm.
One thing you can tell is that you get the impression he's much older than the mid-30s he looks. You don't know if
Weird.
that's why
Weird.
necessarily, but yeah, no, he's definitely not
Yeah.
a normal person.
Yeah. I had a quick thing. So as part of the having a new gang and Hicks being strung out for trying to manage it, part of what he's done, he's made little prompty cue cards, and he hands one to Adric for like ghost bullshit, because that's all he has about on this guy. It's just like ghost stuff. He's a wizard or something, just so we're all on the same page.
Perfect. And
Like a
for
scroll note.
Cards.
yes,
Just like the Fusewrights Union policies about dealing with ghost bullshit. Run away, do not speak to them, make no deals.
That's gonna go well.
okay. I'm as a consequence, I'm going to put one tick on gondoliers demand protection, in terms of you offer them protection from the demons, and I think he notes that as you're walking upstairs as the consequence. There's one tick on that clock as well.
When he notices our boat is undamaged.
Yeah, he says, I don't actually, it's up to you if you were there. I think it was primarily Grine. So he says,
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Grine.
So
I
he says,
certainly wasn't.
you,
I mean, everybody would have been briefed on that.
Yeah.
That's a major
you
thing.
know, I think he just hadn't met you himself. And he says, you are protected from the beasts of the water.
We are, but that's not why we're here. I mean, we can make it so that you can be protected, sure, but there's a house, and I want to make a deal.
You get to his office. He doesn't open it with like a key or anything like that. He places his hand on the door, and it just opens by itself for him.
Tap. I took this one like point. Like, yeah, you see, I tell you, just look at that ghost bullshit.
So that spirit, the car looks out okay.
Yeah. When he walks into the room and sits down, you might not immediately, because the room is completely pitch black with no windows. And he just like walks into it and sits down, and you kind of can barely see his silhouette.
Kind of look strangely around, but then move into the room and stay near the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Hicks stands in the doorway because the lights are off.
Right. Apologies. It's not often I have guests in here. And then he finally like lights a lantern. Just like on the desk, one single light. It's not very bright. And you can see there's like dusty ancient bookcases to the left and right, some in like languages long past. They don't look like they're used that often. He has a desk that also looks like it's a very old, somewhat like rotting a bit from the moisture, wooden desk filled with like papers and diagrams, and you see a few arcane like drawings of like magical intent there. But yeah, single like tiny barely lit lantern. Just come in.
Already in, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I approach, but I don't sit down.
Okay, the door shuts by itself as soon as you walk in.
That'll make me jump a bit, but
Yeah.
Fire oil. No, I don't like the look of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are chairs for you to sit on. He just like gestures to them, but he doesn't act offended if you don't sit down.
Yeah, I stay standing.
no, I'm not sitting.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to make a deal. You're interested in this house down by the docks. You're interested in whatever spiritual thing is up with it. Fine. You can study it, but I want to make that house for these kids, something that they can have control over, and this house is best for that. So I suggest partnership. You can study the house whenever you want, and I won't get in your way. And
You make
Go ahead.
few assumptions about what we desire that house for.
Then correct me.
We do not intend to investigate its happenings and then leave. We intend to purchase it for long-term keep.
There's a bunch of silence, so Hicks will step in and respond with, and so does the boy.
I've seen many
He also-
unusual things in my time.
He also wants to buy it for long-term keep for his project. Just wildly, he just kind of like gestures, and it's like, I believe you know our what do we call our vampire boss? Our patron.
Yes.
If you are acquainted with our patron, Lord Skurlock of Skurlock Manor,
Probably not the best name drop.
he can vouch for our reliableness. The boy
Probably
simply wants to care for
They're
lepers and
completely
unwanted
neutral to each
children, I
other.
guess.
Note to self,
Fucking
brief Hicks if you want him to talk for you.
Yeah, they're actually the Gondors and Lord
Yeah,
Skurlock are neutral
Hicks
to each
can
other.
talk, but he doesn't have a filter is the problem.
What do you want?
I still think he's doing better than me in this game. Arrogant, do what I say is not going so well.
Yeah, I want to try to. I don't know if I've done enough to trigger a roll, but you know,
I think you can. Yes. I think as to what he will agree with, let's decide that after the roll because there's lots of different potential options. I am willing to give a devil's bargain.
well, let's clarify my intent. The intent of the roll is to get him to be tenable to an agreement with Adric. It's
This
not
is
to
a
do. Yeah, it's not so much a setup. It can be just a straight up sway roll that can be set, or the failure can be set. That's fine. I'm not intending to set up the action, but at least fictionally, I want the final deal terms to be set between him and Adric, and not have me as a middleman involved.
Okay.
But the intent of the roll is to make him tenable to a deal, and Adric is responsible for handing out the terms of the deal. But my goal is that he is on board with agreeing on some sort of term that works for both of them.
I think that makes sense. I think we can use this as a setup, and that's what you're doing.
That works, but I just the framing I wanted to it's weird to frame it that way because I usually this would be I'm trying to do something, so I'm rolling for that, but I'm rolling to make him do something with someone else.
Okay. I think this will be risky, and
If it's set up, doesn't matter.
for setup, effect doesn't matter, but position
Okay.
does. So I think this will be risky. And then you can have a devil's bargain if you want it still.
Yeah, whatever.
What is it?
Not just a procedural thing. Would this work better as a teamwork action so it can be the entire negotiation, or do you not want to, or do you want to make it more granular than that?
I have 2 stress before I get a trauma.
You might not lead it. I mean, Adric could still lead it.
Yeah, I'd be willing to lead it.
You wanna do
And
it that
if
way?
you want to
Dice.
spend stress, Adric, you could actually spend a stress to help Hicks set up you.
Yeah, if you're doing it the other way, yeah, you could
If
help
we can
with
make
stress.
this a full, just one action,
Teamwork?
I'm good with that.
Okay. And then just play out the
yeah.
rest of the scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on the dice we're using, I still have nothing in it, but
if it's a teamwork action, you guys will have to use the same action.
Yes. If I'm leading the teamwork action, I presume we still use whatever stat we can get away with from Hicks, because, trust me,
I'm trying to convince Sway, because I'm trying to use, charm and logic, and also change attitude or behavior with manipulation by name-dropping our vampire boss.
I see that. Okay.
And I studied him before. I know he's a whisper. If you're a whisperer in Dustfall, you know vampire dude.
That's fair. If you don't know him, you know of him.
Yeah, if you don't know him personally, you know of him. So I'm trying to also tie in the fact I did study him, even if not mechanically giving me a benefit, for at least a narrative.
Yeah,
like
the study could be the setup action for the teamwork. In that case,
I think the
right?
study was just giving you information in the first place.
Yeah, it's just giving me information, but I'm saying I'm
Okay.
using that information for at least a narrative.
Yep,
A
that
narrative
makes sense.
advantage here.
Yep.
Maybe the reason it's not desperate.
So it's up to you guys. Are you doing a setup or are you doing teamwork? I don't think it's.
Let's
been
do a
decided.
teamwork.
Okay.
We're doing
One
teamwork.
roll.
All right.
Teamwork sway.
I'll
Cool.
lead it so that I take the stress.
Okay. My devil's bargain for each of you, if you want it, is 1 tick each on the gondolier's demand protection. You can take that or leave it separately.
I'm not going to take it.
My roll's going to be awful anyways, so yeah, I'll just not take it.
You're both leaving it? Okay.
If you're not taking it, then I will. We'll take one. We'll take one of
Yeah.
the two.
Okay. This is
Go ahead.
risky, and this will be limited. Not in that, like, he's not just going to back off and let you buy the house, but you can come to an agreement that is mutually beneficial to both parties.
Seems reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. I got a 4.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, we're missing one roll.
Yep, 1 moment here. Limited. Bonus dice 0. 1!
All right.
Not surprised.
So
Hmm.
a 4. So success and consequences. I think.
Yeah.
I think he says almost word for word. We can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. You wish to raise these children and take care of them.
Yes.
Okay. Golden is telling me our overlay is messed up. Apparently, somehow the name.
Yeah,
Oh,
fix it
Ah.
on the break. It's fine for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do so.
Oh, yes, I'm the Phoenix.
listen, we all are the Phoenix. that's the point of the Phoenix.
So
The people's champion.
I think he says, what about a joint venture together? The gondoliers will take part in this orphanage. We will take in children alongside you, and we will train them to be our future.
They're going to turn them into witchers. It's going to be great. Do it.
Do it. I'm so in. I want a murder child orphanage.
This will be our orphanage, yours and the gondoliers. You seem to have a heart for them. You can make sure that they are being well taken care of, and we can make sure that they, in return, take care of the city. How does that sound?
A joint venture?
In part, before anything is committed to paper. I will need that promise from before, and he looks at both of you, to be fulfilled. And the consequences, I'm filling up the clock right now. Gondoliers demand protection.
That seems fair. So,
they want you to fulfill their last promise before they make any more with you.
yeah.
Clock
So-
started, clocked.
Well, yeah, while Edric's thinking about this, Hicks will lean over to the boy and say something along the lines of, like, he's offering to turn your orphanage into an orphanage with a jobs program. This is only good and speaks to the mission of the, like, that's the whole, like, he's trying to convince Adric that, yes, this is good. It's going to be an orphanage with a jobs program. So you're not just raising these kids. You're raising these kids and sending them with, a career path ahead. He's all for this.
Yeah, and this guy is just, like, leaning back with his, like, bone-white skin, just watching you completely neutral face this entire time.
In the end, Adric's going to nod and basically say yes, but the deed goes in the union's name.
There's a long silence. It says, should you fulfill your promise first, then we are agreed. Our boats have suffered much damage. from those creatures. It's time that
Sure.
ends.
We'll see what we can do.
Yep. Cool.
I've got one more thing, one more question. I've been possessed. Do you?
Is that a question?
I've been possessed. Go
And
on.
not Adric, and Hicks like takes a step back from the
Yeah.
"Oh."
Way to bury the lead there,
What will
buddy.
that make me offer? What can I do to get rid of it?
He immediately raises his eyebrow, but doesn't actually move otherwise. And he says, "Am I speaking with the ghost or with the human right now?"
With the human.
He nods quickly, closes his eyes, and when he reopens them, they are completely... actually, they aren't completely black. His irises have been replaced with something that is also out of his tattoos. It's just like on the whites of his eyes instead of...
Nightmare
A
spiral.
Sharingan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Yakugan.
Didn't think about that, but yeah, kind of.
8 trigram, 24 palm, punches the ghost right out of you.
Yes. And he almost gives you like a doctor's prognosis. As he looks, he like steps up to you and he like looks you over, reads your essence, and he's like, recently perished 2 weeks ago or so. Interesting. Mildly bloodthirsty. Recently calmed down. Did you kill someone recently? I didn't
someone.
know that.
Adric nods. A couple someones.
He doesn't even he's like not really surprised by that. You are in serious mental and spiritual danger if you are to stay possessed. There are a few avenues. We can excise the ghost forcefully. It can be dangerous, but once finished, it's done and over with. You can even feel the ghost within you kind of writhing, like I don't want that.
Gross.
Yeah, it doesn't like even being looked over like this. I don't think you can't really feel what it feels, but you can almost hear.
It's more like
You
the
don't know.
untenable feeling of someone else in the room being angry.
Exactly. There's that vibe.
Yeah, it's just like someone around here is pissed off, but you're not sure who or why.
Yes. There are other, more... What is the word he would use? He wouldn't pause before saying it. I think he'd say, like, there are other, more taboo avenues of dealing with this. Ways to make a ghost and a human cooperate within the same body. Ways of perhaps one might merge with the ghost. There are some experimental and some established but secretive methods. What do you desire?
So my options are get the ghost out or merge with it. Nothing else?
No, not nothing else. He's like, no, there's a few different options. It's basically anything you can think of. If someone hasn't done it and there's not a way to do it, there's probably some ancient tome I could find that could do it.
Can you make a bomb out of it?
So you could merge with the ghost. You could
that was an actual question.
Make the possession safe.
Yeah, that was an actual question, though.
Make the ghost a bomb.
In character. Okay.
Bomb ghost. Put the ghost in a box. Ghost gets angry, explodes with spirit energy. Bomb ghost.
No. That's all he says.
No.
He says no.
I don't know. I was just thinking because they got that robot. So
Yes. Hulls are
same
dangerous,
principle.
expensive, and not bombs. That is
Really
another
is.
option.
Don't want to be a hole.
Find a
Bomb
hole
is
for the
such
ghost
a
to
limiting
enter.
term. I meant bomb in theory as opposed to bomb in actuality.
But if you like,
whatever.
I can excise the ghost immediately. Any other option will take slightly longer.
So
How long
there's
do I have before this causes me problems?
On average, 7 days. You'll start mentally decomposing.
it'll be very traumatic for you.
All right, then. I want it out.
He nods, and I think this is still free play, so I think this is just going to be like a thing that happens right here and now in this office. We're having an exorcism, everybody.
The bed must
Not
be
what I
on the
intended, but
floor.
okay.
Yes. He nods. The ghost within you immediately tries to like take control of you.
Right, I'd like to get his attention. Like, do you need me here for this? I look at both him and Adric.
Yeah, Adric
like,
immediately
"You
starts
here?"
seizing up, like not
Oh.
having a seizure, but like tenses up. Unless you resist it, Adric, the ghost takes control of you. It's up to you. I think that's how we decided before. Like you can resist by risking stress, or it just happens.
Looking at my stress, looking at...
Do
yeah,
it.
the ghost guys can have me. The ghost can have me for a moment.
Okay.
I'm doing this to try and avoid traumas.
Yes. Hicks, you're basically not handling this at all right now.
No, I'm not doing well with
Okay.
this. I'm trying to look like, can I leave? Do I need to stay?
Okay. I'm going to then just make the whole scene, because it's just between an NPC and a ghost-possessed player character, one fortune roll to see how it goes.
Yeah, no, like, I personally, as a player, am fine with ghost possession things. It was more like Hicks doesn't want to be in the ghost room.
So as you watch,
the
you'll
horror
witness
effect.
what happens.
Yeah.
It's like when you take your friend to the doctor, and the doctor starts asking like personal questions. You go, "Can I leave?" Like,
You take them to a contract negotiation, and it ends up at an exorcism.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah, so at the very
this
least,
is not free. You're gonna get charged for this afterwards.
At the very least, Hicks steps out of the room.
Your magical doctor bill. Okay, cool. Don't worry. As you close the door, then things start floating around the air. It's okay.
Gross.
Okay. So
we gotta up our union healthcare to exorcisms.
yes.
This is not healthcare. Healthcare covers doctor bills. It does not cover ghosts.
I'm going to roll. Adric, what is your skirmish?
Oh
Correct?
no.
Actually, 2.
Okay, cool. If you want to roll 2 dice representing the ghost trying to resist being exorcised by trying to beat the whisper to death, the whisper is going to roll 4 dice as his quality to get rid of the ghost.
To beat the ghost up.
And we'll just have this as its own thing.
All right. Do position or the other thing matter?
Not for this. This is a fortune roll. I think that depending on how it goes, the closer they are, you might get some harm and stuff in the process, but it's not like you're actually doing the action.
All right. Hoping for a bad roll. That's a first.
Well, yeah, you don't want the ghost to do well. All right. So, good news. After probably a few minutes and some like unearthly screams that could not belong to a human, Hicks, the door finally opens, and you see there's an unconscious. I think it's only one level lower, so I think Adric, you probably have level 2 harm. You can resist yourself if you want to, which I think this would be. I'm thinking if it's physical or I think this is spirit drain, basically, like what Zaid had.
Great God.
So it's resolve.
Oh,
resist with.
You can resist with resolve. Yeah, it's a higher level of spirit drain. Just your own soul was caught in the crossfire a bit.
Well, I still had to do this before I could do stress relief, but I might trauma out.
It's up to you. It's level 2 harm, which is for you treated as level 1 harm. But we see the unconscious.
No, Adric's power isn't treated as level 1 harm.
That's mine.
I have both.
You know.
Oh,
They
you
both
have
it. Yeah, they both have
Oh, okay.
tough as nails.
All right, I just know you had a different healing power. So
Adric has 2 healing, like
that's what it is.
related abilities.
For some reason, I wanted to be able to fight.
Yeah. So it's level 2 harm.
I guess, yeah, you're the fighter build. I'm not. I understand.
Adric is unconscious, covered in bruises on the ground, but this guy opens the door. Actually, again, the door opens by itself. No one's near it, but he's sitting in his desk now, sipping tea. You don't know where he got it exactly.
Cool.
And he's like, all done. And collect
Right.
your friend and leave. Oh, and I will be sending a bill for service.
Oh, about the bill. I pull another card out of my little card box. I guess I have now, and I have it's the little demon ladies of the lake cheat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are this is who's tearing up your boats.
Okay.
And I pick up the little 14-year-old guy, throw the kid over my shoulder, and I go wandering around Dustball for a bar.
I'm
With an unconscious child on your shoulder.
Zoom, am I unconscious?
Not a good look.
You were unconscious briefly after that. It's up to you when you wake up.
All right.
I
got a
was thinking
second
you're going to be
question.
out for the whole time.
Did you just trauma out?
Do you trauma out when you fill the bar, or you go past the bar?
When you fill it, you trauma out.
In which case, I'm unconscious for a while. I've just traumatized out.
That's
The
great.
trauma might be left at a bar. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'll let you pick that. I think he looks at the thing with the demon cheat sheet, the demons of Satara.
Oh no, they don't say the real name because
Okay, what does it
just
say?
says it just says canal monsters or something like that because it's for the gangs and stuff. I plan on getting more of. I want the stupid, overly bureaucratic safety system kind of thing where they have a little cheat sheet about the crow's foot gangs. They have a little cheat sheet about because when I send them on missions, I don't want to have phone calls how do I deal with this? No, this is their safety system. They get little cheat sheets for stuff that will be relevant, and I had them the one for the lake demons or canals,
how to signal to them that you are part of the Fusewrights Union.
Less about that, just more
what they should know.
Just quick facts,
okay.
When you see disturbance in the water, get out of the boat, things like that. Nothing that'll compromise our security or get us in trouble if they're found with the cards. So that's why it doesn't say what they really are. It just says these are the things after you. So it's a show of good faith on that promise he asked for.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that wouldn't fulfill it himself, but it's a show.
No, it's a show of good faith on it. Yes, we will work on the thing we agreed to work on. This is a piece of information I can give you right now to show we will help with it.
He nods. Very well. The bill will be 2 coin, by the way. You have until, and I think it basically says until after your next job to deliver.
Yeah, that business with the boy.
He shrugs. Have a
I'm
nice
not
day,
listening right now.
Mr. Hicks.
I know, that doesn't matter. You're unconscious.
Yeah.
I pick you up or leave.
All right. So, you guys.
I'm gonna look for some cool place to get drunk and/or super high. We'll find out.
That was unexpected.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
That possession lasted a lot shorter than I thought.
Yep. I think that he warns you. He says ghosts very rarely go back to their old things, but actually no, he's an old one. No, he only succeeded by 1. He didn't really succeed by a lot. So I don't think the ghost is trapped. The ghost is out there, but it's no longer possessing, and ghosts typically don't look to possess their old people that they were already kicked out of.
Yeah.
But the ghost is still there, around.
Besides, he liked me. I killed people for him.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
And I will pick a trauma and figure out exactly how long I'm out for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go to Silk Shore.
All right. You head over to Silk Shore.
Get in the boat. I might leave Adric on the boat. And I just drive the boat down to Silk Shore. Because we're at the docks, right? That's where the Gondoliers were?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so
You just pop on down to Silk Shore.
Yeah, I drag Adric to the boat. I throw him just on the deck, and I drive down to Silk Shore.
All right. For some reason, there's not nearly as many boats on the canals as there used to be.
Yeah, traffic's down.
You see patrols of spirit wardens on, like there's
Who knew?
spirit wardens in like armored boats are looking around. They have like spotlights looking into the water. Like they
Yeah, I
you
put
see.
the bird as I try if we drive by.
Yeah, they have like harpoons with that like spark and crackle with electroplasmic energy, as they're like, yes, they're searching for these demons. They are not unaware. They don't pay you any mind. Yeah.
Yeah, is there a list of vice dens in Silkshore?
No, but there is a list of vice dens in general that might have some stuff.
Because it specifically says there's the red light district, or the red lamp district, sorry, in Silkshore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a place called the Ease, I think, that has a bunch of brothels and bars and all kinds of stuff there.
The brothels and bars are the red lamp district.
Yes.
There might be a specific place called the Ease, but I'm just trying to find like vice dens and stuff. But I know I want to go to Silkshore.
All right. Yeah. No, you can totally do that. You arrive in Silkshore. I'm checking.
Well, the Red Lamp is the oldest and most respected brothel in the city. So it's not the Red Lamp district. Ask for Madame Tesselin.
Yep.
Is that like a list of vice dens? I thought there was.
It's just
there's a list of vice
notable.
purveyors.
Ah, that's what I'm
I'm
looking for.
But yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Is this in character creation?
yeah,
probably
it's in character
is.
creation.
I'm trying to stick to like Duskwall, like things that exist in Duskwall to make it easier, so I don't have to keep track
know
of
what?
stuff I can't look up.
It's in the separate sheets PDF. I know that. So I was looking at that
Yeah.
earlier.
In one of these characters. Okay. Well,
Oh, page 299.
Yeah, I'm looking at Silkshore in general. There's also the Silver Stag Casino run by Helene, if you want to go there. And yeah, there's Madame Tesselin.
I think I do go to Madame Tesselin at the brothel in Silkshore.
There's also the Spark Grounds in Silkshore, the circus, basically.
Is the Spark? Oh no, I go to the brothel and I go to the bar that's on the first floor of the brothel.
Yeah.
You just go into the bar and then never like take someone back to a room.
I never go upstairs. I stay. Hicks is there for the flirting half of it in the bar, where they're trying to convince everyone to go upstairs.
So, like you have
it makes sense that the drinks are cheaper in a brothel because they're not selling booze. The booze is there to get you in the door.
Exactly.
The door. And so he's hanging out the bar. He's enjoying like the kind of advertising level of the brothel, where like the girls come down and they hang out, and like the guys will talk to you and stuff, and everyone's nice to him, and he gets like cheap drinks. So he just never goes upstairs because his vice is stupor, and he just gets hammered.
Oh my! The picture is you leave your unconscious crewmate, who is also like 14, in the boat while you go to a brothel.
You are the worst uncle to ever bring the nephew out.
Yes.
Wait in the car, kid. I'll be back.
I'm not back in 2 hours. Just
I think after let's roll indulge vice. Let's see how it goes with your introduction to them. Like they're like, okay, new customer, we're hopeful, all right, and then he keeps turning everybody down. What's going on? He's still here. That's his 5th drink.
That's his 8th drink.
Yeah.
Where are his pants?
I think at one point someone just asks you like, are you here to see someone specific?
Whiskey. It's at that point. At some point, he pretty freely admits he's here to see the whiskey, and not so much here for
the brothel part of the brothel.
All right.
I mean,
I get some bonus for indulging my vice in Silkshore.
Oh, you do? Yeah,
Do you?
check.
Yeah,
it's in
the Silkshore power.
Silkshore ability.
The Silkshore power is on vice.
Should you overindulge your vice while in Silkshore, you get a +1 to next time regularly indulge your vice.
Okay.
That's what it
I just
says.
knew there was a vice related thing for Silk Shark, so I wanted to look it up.
So it's
Cool.
Yeah. So regular dice roll now to do it.
Vices. Yeah, indulge vice. Bonus dice none. Submit.
You clear 7 stress.
No, I currently have 7.
Oh, sorry, you clear 4. You're down to 3 now. I think by the end of the night, like however long you were there, they're mostly just ignoring you, and I think you're friendly enough that, they treat you politely, but yeah, they're like, yeah. And I think this is a lesson for them on raise the prices of their drink, but give a discount if you also
it's like I'll be back. Yeah, I let them know I'll be back. It's like you might need to raise the prices next time, but I let the bartender know. It's like you might need to.
Oh, trust me, honey, we will.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my other downtime action is indulging my vice.
Okay, perfect.
I also need to indulge my vice, and I will pull from my treasury to do so.
Okay.
The Phoenix Cave is getting a little bit Spartan.
So you're going out and patrolling the rooftops again, and
No, my vice is obligation for paging Dr. Skurlock.
Right, it changed.
It did
You are
change.
correct.
You're gonna go find some vampires. Or corpses, pretty corpses.
Whatever he needs me to do, I'll do it for him. If he just needs to poke me with magic shit, that's what he does. If he needs me to go get him a corpse, I go do that.
Okay.
I forgot you went from helpful Batman to grave robbing Batman.
Just no Batman.
So as regards trauma, I took a roll, and I'm presuming I'm not traumatized out for the entirety of downtime.
No. It's just for whatever scene you were in.
Doesn't your stress clear after you trauma out anyway?
It does, so that's good at least.
Yes.
And you don't need to indulge your vice.
So I think right now he actually has you keep an eye on a group of spirit wardens that are nearby. They are in 6 Towers. This group is patrolling around. And part of it is he wants... It's not just keep an eye on them, it's keep an eye on them, and also if any of, because of your weirdness, he wants to know if any of their, ghost detection stuff works on you.
Detect me. Yeah.
And you're able to keep an eye on them. Let's indulge vice and see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, just indulge vice. Ooh!
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. I'm at 2 stress now.
Okay. So it goes well. I think the answer is not enough. It kind of half goes on the fritz when you're around. It doesn't stop working, but it's like they pick up some things off around here, but they don't detect you specifically or detect your location or anything like that. But it definitely is having some effect. But
the spirit wardens are out in force apparently because they're patrolling the canals. They're setting. How many of them are there? We need to work on reducing these spirit wardens membership numbers because we're going to get overwhelmed here.
Yeah, no, they're patrolling in groups of 6, and they're fully armored. I think, and you haven't seen any. There have been rumors of some of there is no night, but middle of the night going out on some of the armored patrol boats, and some of them even having hulls and stuff with them. Not multiple, but a hull with a group of spirit wardens. Weird fights on the water. There's rumors of the war going on everywhere. But lots of people think it's spirit warden business. Let them take care of it because you don't want to know.
Yeah. I think I'd want to do a free play thing,
well,
maybe off the.
I also have a thing I want to do for free play with you. So, what's yours?
Oh, mine was basically telling my sister, yo, I got a body for you. Having that conversation because she hasn't come to talk to me yet.
No,
so I think,
definitely have that conversation before my stress indulgence because I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work, but it'll be interesting if
Okay.
it does.
Yeah.
So how did you just like attune to her to try and talk to her then?
Yeah, I think like after I see like
Ouija
Scarwalk,
board
I go
seance.
do a seance. I go like walk home, and I'm like specifically not having like my Spirit Bane charm or anything on me, and like she still hasn't come after like X amount of time. So I think I do like a seance in my room, like to call her to me.
You light the candles, like her and you
And-
sit at the floor.
You want a little help with that, or do you not want Grind in the scene?
Sure, yeah. I'll ask Grind like,
Oh.
hey, I'm gonna talk to Sierra, but
Wait,
she
have
hasn't.
you told Grind about your vampire plan? Because if you're gonna
No, I'm gonna pitch it to
You're
her
gonna-
first, and then pitch
you're
it to
gonna-
Grind.
are you gonna drop it on Grind like as a surprise?
No, I'm gonna say like, hey, I talked to Sierra about it. She was like, she felt this way about it. How do you feel about it? Right? Like,
So
doing
you're
that
asking
first.
Ryan for help in setting it up, but not actually. He's not there in the conversation.
no, like I'm gonna be like, hey, I need to, like Sierra hasn't come talk to me yet. I'm gonna try and do my like reach out to her sort of thing. Like,
Okay.
is there anything you could like? She comes to you all the time, I'm assuming.
I mean, frequently, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's like of her own volition, or I'm like, standing in my room yelling her name for 20 minutes before she shows up.
Yeah.
You said to say
Like,
her name
what do
3
you
times.
do?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
It's Sleepy Sierra, Sleepy Sierra.
That's
All right.
too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. Listen, I survived it. I can make jokes about it.
Okay. So you want to contact her. This is free play, so it won't be an automatic bonus die unless Grind spends a stress.
Is
that what you were-
Stress?
It's up to you.
Like helping me.
Yeah, to help.
Let me see what I can do.
I have 3
I
dots
can
in
spend. I can spend 1 stress, and that is all the help you will get. But yes, I can do that.
Okay, if that is what you would like to do,
Yes.
cool.
This will be a controls standard attune, I assume,
Yes.
to reach out through the ghost field and connect with her.
Yeah, just like I don't know, I light candles because that's what I think people that call ghosts do. And then I just like sit. I put my bandana in the middle of it, like the one I was probably wearing that night. And then I just go like, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Is Varus with
I
you?
just like reach out. Yes.
Not knowing what he's doing either. I think Grind like puts Sierra's like wedding ring in on the bandana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do have Varus like on my shoulder.
Okay. Grind, are you there during this, or do you leave after helping set up?
No, it's a setup thing, and make sure she shows up, and then it'll be like, I will leave you two to talk. You are brother and sister. You have things,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Rolling it. I
Crit with great effect. Okay. So I think the wedding ring floats into it's after 10 minutes of you open your eye, like, is it working yet? You notice again, like in the first session, Varus starts to get a bit antsy at the presence of a nearby ghost all of a sudden. So you're like, oh, and then
It's happening.
yeah, the wedding ring floats slightly into the air, at about like eye level to you, maybe slightly under eye level, and then like a spectral hand appears wearing the wedding ring, like it appears in the ring, and then you slowly see the rest of her appear. She fully manifests, but because of your controlled and great effect, I think that maybe because you're expecting this, or maybe as part of the ritual, you do not get any stress from her like appearing in full to you.
Mm-hmm.
It is safe. She is in this appearance of her, because I think it probably changes, wearing what she wore when she died. I think like maybe for Grind once or twice she's wearing a wedding dress, and I think that's how she first appeared to you. But I think whatever she's wearing changes. Like it's sort of how they see her, kind of thing.
Mood clothes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I like that it changes based on who's looking at her. So like Grind sees a wedding dress and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Phoenix
interesting.
sees something else.
Yeah,
I think-
is it what she was last wearing?
She sees
Like-
her as like a little girl sometimes, like when they were kids. You know,
That's
Oh,
great.
that's creepy. That's too creepy.
Okay, maybe not little girl, but like maybe when you were teenagers, like she looks like she's 12 or something.
I like to
Yeah.
imagine like since this is the first time he's seeing her again, right? Like it's what they were wearing at that protest.
Yeah. Okay. So
So she's an adult,
assuming,
right? But
yeah,
she's like,
she's an adult.
yeah.
She
It'll get creepier if she keeps coming back, though, for sure.
yeah,
I'm
it'll
down with
change,
that.
but I think
Yeah,
she-
I like the change idea. It's a cool little
Yeah.
ghost thing.
so I don't think she's wearing anything specific. She doesn't have like body paint on her or anything like
No.
no, it's not that ridiculous. But yeah, she's just wearing normal clothes, and wedding ring. Lowers her hand, and it's kind of like floating with her, like she's wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, not looking at you. She's kind of like looking at the ground right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you, Zaid.
Took you long enough, dummy.
you just hear the door close as Grind leaves wordlessly.
Yeah, her eyes like look in the door's direction, then she looks back, like just kind of looking down. I should have come sooner, but she like raises her eyes to meet yours, but she's like squinting. It's like she's looking at the sun or something. Is how she's
Mhm.
acting. She's like, there's
Yeah.
and she like goes back to looking down.
Yeah, Grind told me, but he didn't really explain it.
I can't say why. Are you doing well? I've been keeping tabs from a distance.
Well as you can by getting shot and shooting people. It's just like the old days.
I thought you'd left that behind. I mean, it's we.
I thought so too.
Any luck on finding out who killed me? And she like turns her head and looks to the other side of you again.
No, things have kind of been hectic. But I do have good news. If you are okay with it, I have set up with a, let's say, mutual friend of the unions, a body.
What? What? How?
Let's just say that this friend has been around a while and he knows some things.
Do we?
Because
while
I
you're
know-
talking, do we see you? Do we pan to the door? And is Grind listening in, or is he not?
No,
Okay.
no, for reasons that we'll get to later.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's not gonna be pleasant, but it's better than how you are now. I was gonna talk to Grind about it later, but from what I was told, you have to do certain things to you like eat in a different way.
But like vegan?
Yeah,
It's
she
like
just,
the opposite of vegan.
stares. She doesn't respond to that. Like she doesn't. Something like that. It's like an addiction, but, well, I mean, hunger, but of the soul, which is all I am now. No flesh, no feeling, no pain. Just, I want to keep my sanity. I need to do things.
Mm-hmm.
There are ways that are humane. They are rare, no longer permitted in many. Zaid, I need to know to find out who killed me that night, who killed all of us that night. Who killed you?
Well, I got better.
But you still died. You're alive. You can act as our voice. And she, like, again looks at you, squinting, intentionally trying to look at you. And she says, you need to be... We can't rest. I think even if I have a body, I can't rest. Really. Until this has been dealt with.
The body just buys you time. Because that's a thing we don't all have a lot of right now.
She nods.
If you don't want to go through with that, we can find another way. It's just, I feel like you've been out too long.
I can feel it within me. I know what I will do before too long. I don't think she says anything past that. She doesn't say whether she does or does not want to. She just feels... She said it with the tone of, it's going to happen. And that's that.
Mm-hmm. I don't think either of us could lose you again.
Maybe you already did. Maybe it's healthier if I'm gone. Where's the body?
I literally look out the window and point to Scarlock's house. He'll help you when you get there.
You need to be with me. That, whatever he is, every ghost knows to stay away from him. He's invisible to us.
I mean, you guys are like mirrors, right? That's a vampire joke.
Oh, okay.
Wait, do vampires have problems with silver in blades?
It doesn't say that, no.
Okay, then they wouldn't have mirrors either.
It
'Cause the
also
vampire-
doesn't actually say that, yeah.
Because the vampire mirror thing is because old mirrors were backed with silver, so it's just a continuation off of the vampires not interacting well with silver, because silver was considered pure, like a pure metal.
Okay.
So that's why it hurt them so badly, and they couldn't be reflected in a silvered mirror because it was too pure for their evil souls or whatever.
Huh. Okay.
Cool.
I don't know if the book doesn't say you go back to like the core myth.
I mean, it might have just been like, again, a legend and rumor. It could totally be a thing in Blades that people think without it actually being a thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to have time to think about it, or do you want us to go now?
Let's go now.
Okay. I pick up her bandana and wrap it around my face.
Okay.
It's not phoenixed. It's literally just a red bandana.
Yeah, and I think she's like gonna meet you outside of the front door, basically. So she disappears from where she is now. Let's take our break here, and when we come back, we will see other stuff as well as how that goes.
Yeah.
Yep. So the grind conversation is going to be, hey, so I did a thing, and she agreed to it, and we're here now.
I've got a great way to make this totally terrible for everybody involved.
Yes, that's
Stay
the best thing.
Excellent.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad we're all on the same page. Make it worse.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why we played Burning Wheel before this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to discuss it with Primark on the break, but yeah, I think we can make this way worse.
I will have to keep myself muted and deafened because I forgot to use the thing that allows me to do that this time. But we can do it over text, so that'll be fine if that works. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you everyone for watching. This is fun.
Yeah.